In the remakes of certain games, there's always strive to make it more better than the original games were. But what made it so different and what needed to be changed? My name is FeintAttacks and today I will be counting down my top 5 hopes for the Pokemon X&Y remakes, or argumentably, Pokemon Z. What was it the games X and Y that just needed to be so much better? And what I hope they can do to fix it in the new upcoming games. Let's start. In Pokemon X and Y, there are various Megastones only allocated to one specific game, such as Mega Aggron. This Pokemon is available to Pokemon X, but the Megastone is only obtainable in Pokemon Y, meaning you would have to either have both of the games, or trade through the Pokemon Aggron to Pokemon Y, or have a friend do the exact same thing. This really confused me to why they would want to put something like this in the games, but I mean, just by me saying this now probably won't change their mind, right? I hope in Pokemon X and Y remakes, or the Pokemon Z, they will allow us to get all the Megastones in the game and have access to all of the Pokemon without having to do all this trading about. You remember, you cannot trade Megastones, so which kind of made it a little bit more difficult for us if we couldn't find them. But I hope they can announce and bring all of the Pokemons to a certain game instead of rather than trading from all the old games to the new ones. It just makes it more easier and less hassle for us all, to be honest. So, playing throughout the games, the gym leaders in my opinion are super easy to beat, but the gyms and the graphics are laid out so nicely. Mentioning the Elite Four as well, all their styles on the character and how they play are superb in the game. But now coming to Diantha. I found her relatively easy to beat. Much like in Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire, they had Wallace as the 8th gym leader and Steven as the champ. In Pokemon Emerald, they changed the champion in the Hoenn region to Wallace and introduced a brand new leader for the youth badge, which was Juan. So what I think will be a nice touch now, we're putting Diantha as the 8th gym leader and introducing a brand new champion. Just hear me out, an interesting idea what I had myself would be either putting the boss of the evil organization, you know, like let's say Lysandre from Team Flare, wanted world dominance, so he had to make his way through the Elite Four, become the champion, and then wanting world dominance so he could take over knowing he's the champion and wanted to do something like that. Or putting someone brand new to the game who you see throughout your adventure in Kalos. I think it would really spice things up a little bit. Have a good legendary backstory. My favourite build up to a legendary would have to be the 4th gen games in Pokemon Diamond, Pearl and Platinum. I prefer myself a longer story when it's coming to legendaries because it gets you more hyped up, and let's be real, you barely hear anything about Xerneas and Yveltal throughout the games, and you encounter them, but you have to battle your way through a little hideout. And I mean, it makes sense to put the Pokemon in the hideout where the evil team had captured the Pokemon. But in the 4th gen games, you have to travel and explore different lakes and even the trio tied into the story. If they include maybe Hooper, they have to get Hooper to summon him. They capture Hooper, get Hooper to summon him through the rings. You know, this would make the game interesting. Why release Hooper but then don't bring him into the game? It doesn't make any sense. So I think really if they would, for the new games, if they introduced a much more backstory, a much more traveling, me personally, I would really like that because it's a really interesting, more storyline. I know we had the ultimate weapon and all this and they needed certain life energy and all whatnot, but I mean, just introduce a little bit more to it. I think it just made the game generally more interesting, and the legendaries would have been a lot more interesting for me. Alright, Zygarde. Yet, it's safe to say this Pokemon will have more to do with the games when these times come around. I'm pretty sure if they do release Pokemon Z, they will have a good backstory for it. But I mean, come on, they could have teased us just a little bit more about the remakes with Zygarde, right, in Pokemon X and Y. I mean, you encounter Zygarde in Terminus Cave, and it's safe to say this cave caught me off guard when it said I needed to beat the champ in order to go through it. So it had made me wonder what's behind that entrance, you know, what Pokemon is there? And I mean, Zygarde is absolutely incredible, like his design and everything, but the lead up to Terminus Cave is really nothing. I mean, I beat the champion. Couldn't I have gone on a special mission to capture this Pokemon instead of going through a dark, creepy cave? In the remakes from Pokemon Oras, they made the Cave of Origin scene absolutely magnificent. The graphics were on point, you know, the scene, the story behind it. You had to travel through the water in Sapphire. In Pokemon Omega Ruby, you had to jump on the back and go through the lava, and now it's absolutely brilliant. Honestly, that story nearly made me cry. I'm a grown man and I don't cry that often, but I'm telling you, that story really was brilliant. But I mean, going through a dark, creepy cave, it would make more sense, right? But I'm confident in Nintendo and Game Freak they will actually make a nice place for him this time. Like I say, please. Please let this happen. The Kalos power plants. Why won't the doors open, goddammit? Just why? Why would they even put them there? If I hope to have some significant storyline planned up for the power plants, because it seems to me that they could have included Volcanion in the next games. I mean, it's a steam power plant, right? Well, it looks like one to me, but we all know Volcanion is fire and water. Doesn't take a monkey to even know this. It makes sense, right? Put Volcanion in there, please. The amazing backstory for it. Just imagine how amazing it would look if we could travel to these different power plants and explore through them. In the Pokemon X&Y, they only let you explored one when it comes to Lysandre and his team, pretty much just trying to get all the power from the power plant they could, shutting off Lumios, but these other power plants were irrelevant, really irrelevant. I mean, why? Why? They've looked up so many theories and gone through so many of my own for the power plants, and it really bothers me why they would put that in the game if it has no meaning whatsoever. So I hope and pray to Arceus in the remakes they actually allow us to go into the power plants. It would just solve everyone's theories, and it would just make the game more interesting to find out what's in them. You know, what Pokemon could possibly they be hiding? The evil organization could be hiding Volcanion in there, and Zygarde needs to be brought to come and rescue it. I don't know, but it would make it more interesting on my behalf. Well guys, there you have it. Thanks so much for watching. I hope that you did enjoy this top 5. If you would like to see more, go ahead and leave a comment and go and check out the top 5 Pokemon I want to see in the Pokemon tournament. It will be linked in the description below. Also, if you want to keep up to date on Pokemon Go news, I have a section on my channel dedicated to Pokemon news and theories and top 5, so be sure to definitely go ahead and check that out if you did enjoy this one. It will be in the description below. You can go straight over to the playlist. Also, it would be super appreciated if you wanted to see more of these of top 5s or top 10s with guests. Be sure to go ahead and drop a like and a comment down below in the comments section, and be sure to go ahead and subscribe for some more amazing videos, guys. My name is FeintAttacks. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing day, and I will see you all next time.